Well, as all of us on Messianic Lamb Network know, and as I learned the first time I did a broadcast on Thursday's War Room Warriors, that I learned from your beautiful wife is to watch your background. Bob comes wandering through out of the bedroom. I mean, he was fully dressed. He was walking through, and she says,
right.
She sent me a private, thing saying, watch your background. Somebody's walking around. You've seen that with that strange man that was walking around in Sandy's house.
I remember.
You had all that. We have learned to watch our backgrounds, to position our cameras so that you don't see what's in our backgrounds. And of course, all of us know that really and truly, you only have to look good from the waist up. Well, the media, the news media that's on almost every day, now that this COVID-19 thing is out there, they have had to broadcast from wherever they were, like in their house. Well, they had some very interesting things happen because they do not know how to watch what's going on in their background. One lady was broadcasting, and guess what was in her background? She was in her bedroom, and like y'all see over here to my side, y'all can see into my dining room. Right there was her husband in the bathroom in a clear shower, taking a shower while she was broadcasting.
Oh my gosh.
Another guy had his, actually she was his mistress is what they said. And he's broadcasting and she walks through scantily clad.
Oh my gosh.
And then the other one was, I said, you only have to look good from the waist up. There was a guy that had on his suit coat and his tie and everything. And he had his camera angled to where you could see he was either sitting in his boxer shorts or a pair of shorts. I think it might have been his boxer shorts, but it could have been but you could tell he he didn't position his camera from the waist up. So I thought that was funny because they're the so-called professionals, and they're just, I thought that was hilarious. So those are basics that we have to watch out for. See, y'all never knew this stuff went on the network. All this kind of stuff that we have to learn. Right. Fortunately, we did not learn them the hard way because we have Adina and Mark to keep us straight and to warn us of the pitfalls.
We tried to.
And what's funny too is if you look today in some of these shows that they're doing, kind of like what we're doing here on the media and stuff, a lot of people don't have their makeup artists. So some of these women are wearing hats. Some of these women, they can't even do their own makeup because they've for years had somebody else do their own makeup to where you'll hear somebody go, honey. And these are professionals.
Professionals. I tell you, and what was it? Joe Biden, he was sitting there and had the window open and a gaggle of geese came through honking.
Wow.
He had a flyby.
That's good. That's good.
That's why my office door is locked, and I tape on there. I said, "Do not disturb."
There was one time you were doing one show, and somebody was weed eating outside your window.
Oh yeah, that was the landscapers here. They'll be doing that again on Thursdays. That's their day to mow and weed eat. So we'll probably hear them again if the window's open.
I had one, y'all couldn't see it, but you could see my face look like somebody just knocked me in the back of the head with a 2x4. I went, because I had a cow coming across my yard.
That happened during War Room.
There's a cow in my yard.
That happened during War Room. I remember that.
I love it.
They can step out in the road and cause a serious accident. So, that's for y'all who don't live in the country. If you're out in the country and you see a cow loose, call the highway patrol and tell them where you saw it. We saw one years ago, well, not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago, a big old bull wandering around, and I called the highway patrol and says, we've been looking for him for weeks.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Do either one of you ever watch the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show?
I watch it with Johnny Carson. Nobody will ever be better than him.
You mean the latest one?
I know Jimmy Fallon. What about him?
What, Joe? What'd you say?
I said the latest ones where his son does the little song and the little picture comes up of the drawing.
Well, he has two daughters.
Or the daughter.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's, of course, since the quarantine, he's
I'm
been
thinking
broadcast.
Kimmel.
What's that?
I was thinking Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, no, he's been broadcast. Well, I don't know what I never watched Jimmy Kimmel, though I really like him. Jimmy Fallon has been broadcasting from home. He has two daughters, and his two daughters have been a major part of the show. I mean, all the beginnings, they write out the names of everything. Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon's all done in crayon and all that kind of stuff. And when he does his little skits, they're always a part of what's going on. And then he does interviews just as though he's doing the Tonight Show, only the interviews are with people that are at home. For instance, I watched one with Arnold Schwarzenegger last night. And the cool thing to me is, of course, I kind of like the interviews for most of them. I pick and choose which ones I'm going to watch. But I like seeing their homes because they're really in their home. And you get to kind of see what they want you to see, but it's really kind of cool, and I like the idea. It's kind of like Jimmy Fallon's just now catching up with what we've been doing for years.
And Jimmy Kimmel does pretty much the same thing as
his
picture that he drew of him, and says, and he sings, boop, 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 Jimmy Kimmel Live. I mean, it's a little kid's voice. It's really cute. And so yeah, I think they've become more creative being at home and doing that than what we've had to work for.
They've had to work.
Mark, I was going to say, are you really seeing their home, really, or is it a green background and they're making their home?
Oh yeah,
really? Just a little conspiracy thrown out there.
Yeah, I don't know about the other ones, but I'm real sure Jimmy Fallon's is his house because of all the different things, the places they're at and what they're using and stuff like that.
I'm going to
it couldn't be a green screen, because they're actually using their background and stuff.
Right.
Anyway, I think
Can I tell on myself real quick on that, Mark?
Yeah, go ahead.
You had a green screen up that like had a piano and all this, and I was sitting there looking at it, and I kept thinking, did Mark and Adina move? Are they at somebody's house? I didn't realize it was a green screen. Yes, I kept saying, did they move? I thought, wow, they're staying at a really nice place. I'm just sitting there, and then it dawned on me. I thought, duh.
That would be the biggest home ever.
That's our double wide.
You're double wide.
You sure it's not a triple wide?
Yeah, and then of course every once in a while I'm in my shower. So
at least you have your clothes on. This guy did not. I had it blocked out, but it was on.
They're starting to make it to where you don't need a green screen anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least Zoom has that where you can if you want to put a background. You can put a background in there, and it doesn't need the green screen. Because I'm painting my wall green. Sorry.
Adina and I were talking about Zoom last night and thinking that, I don't know if I should say this or not because she said it, I didn't. We wondered if Zoom's not the one that got the coronavirus started because you hear about Zoom everywhere. Is Zoom this, Zoom that? It's even in your when I did research on yesterday's contemplating the Constitution, and it was like in other words, Pelosi being able to vote because they didn't have a quorum. And so they had literally an article on voting by Zoom, and I mean, there's all kinds of other features like StreamYard, like what we use, and Skype, and many other ways you could do it. But how come Zoom is everywhere? It's constant. All the shows are talking about, okay, we're doing this via Zoom. Why do you have to say that? It's like, so anyway, it kind of makes me wonder.
It's a trick. a lot of trigger words. If you look
That's
today,
right.
so many trigger words,
That's right.
There's now masks, goggles, Zoom,
Yeah.
and vaccines. What's another trigger word?
I'm with you.
Oh,
That
social
didn't trigger
distancing.
me. I'll tell you what. No. No. I'll tell you what, the worst flu I ever had was when I took the flu vaccine, and my doctor told me, he said, don't you ever take it again. There's something in it that you are highly allergic to. I was sick for like 3 weeks, went back to work, and they were like, you look horrible. You need to go back home.
We'll be dancing in the streets, dancing at his feet, dancing in the New Jerusalem, and we will sing Kadosh, Kadosh to the Lord of hosts, joining in the angels' choir, and forever we will be.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.
Thank you for your generous donations to Messianic Lamb Radio. You will be blessed as promised in Proverbs 22:9. These donations enable listeners from around the world to hear words of hope in teachings and in songs. Todah Rabbah.
What does it mean to you to live life Torah style?
Wow, it makes sense. The dots are connected now when I read scripture, and putting it into action. See, that's one thing different about a Hebraic mindset. A Greek mindset, we like to think and talk about stuff, but the Hebraic mindset is hear and do. Hear and do. Action is always with it. If you love me, you'll keep my commandments. So to me, it's being obedient to him. Not for salvation, but out of gratitude, and because he said, this is the way I want you to walk. Be holy, for I am holy. It's not going to look like the world, and people are going to think you're weird. So be it. I don't care. I'm going to follow my Mashiach, Yeshua, my God, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Don't go away. Your show will start after a brief pause.